from Orlando at the home of the Magic. We're broadcasting from the Amway Center. The Magic make a quick stop here in front of their Orlando fans just one game before heading out. Winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Well, with the home crowd behind them, you've got to feel like this team has an excellent chance to continue the winning streak, Kevin. There's nothing like being at home and playing in front of your fans when you actually play really good basketball to this point.
And they've given these fans so much to cheer about during this streak. The excitement just continues to build, and you can hear the anticipation in the crowd tonight. They want to see another victory.
And now the State Farm starting lineup. Here's a look at the Sacramento Kings. Chen in at small forward. Tyreke Evans out there at Jameer Nelson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Nene in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Magic, Gilbert Arenas is out there with Salmons. Then it's Hedo Turkoglu. Then there's Howard. And it's Hickson in at the 4 slot.
Now the Magic made a sweeping change last December as they were able to move Rashard Lewis and Vince Carter and bring in Hedo Turkoglu, Jason Richardson, and Gilbert Arenas. It's not often you see a strong team like that tinker with their roster halfway through the season. And that's what he does. I mean, he takes advantage. If you're going to play poor defense, he's going to get a hoop easily.
Everybody's running. Defended by Turkoglu. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Steve, back to the Magic. They felt like they needed some changes. And Clark, that trade came, as Steve just said, last December. And it just really didn't click as you look at the body of work.
Yeah, you kind of like the idea of making a shakeup, trying to get it done, trying to get the pieces together to make a run at a championship. It's unfortunate that they just didn't have the right part, and it sputtered more than it succeeded.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, he said they simply cannot afford to be loose with the basketball today because the steals will pile up if you don't play heads up at all times against a team that has such great hands and terrific defensive awareness. You guys know they'll turn that the other direction awfully quickly. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like that one they're facing today, Clark has certainly got their attention.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they need to dictate what they do offensively instead of taking what's available. Take what you want.
Steve?
Well, that's the only way to go. I mean, this is a game about aggressiveness. And if they're not aggressive, that defense is just going to swallow them up. Well, last year in the West, Sacramento had the worst record against the East than any team in the Western Conference. So 9-21, they really struggled.
Now, here's Salmons. He had 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City. Here's Nelson. Back to the Kings. Overall, you know, Steve, as you said, 9-21 against the East. They were getting trounced outside Clark, the Western Conference.
Yeah, they're a young team, though, and they'll figure it out eventually. I mean, they've got some decent young talent there, Kevin. I think they've got the ingredients now. It's a matter of growth and development. And as we've said many times, that takes time.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Dwight Howard. And no problem at the line here for the three-point play.
Well, the Kings really struggled last year no matter where they played, but they did manage to win more games on the road than they did at home. That's kind of an interesting stat.
Another basket here, and they have really come out of the gates fast in the first quarter, Kevin.
On defense, the Kings, fresh from a win against Portland.
Boy, they got hot from three-point range in that game, and that's really what gave them some distance with that lead.
You know, Steve, knowing your history in the game, I know you love to see shooting like that.
Here's Arenas playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. Shot to stop the run. Can't get it to go. And the Kings the other way. Going back to the Kings, they were so bad at home that just to be mediocre on the road would get them more wins.
Yeah, it was really a strange thing to see, Kevin. The Kings struggled so mightily in Sacramento, but I think some of the rumors about whether the team was going to be there, what ownership was thinking, all of that had to play a role in the struggles at home. It once was one of the best buildings and atmospheres in the NBA, and that certainly has not been the case in recent years.
Impressive offensive execution to this point. That's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, it's paid off on the scoreboard. The fact that they've been together and productive offensively.
And Evans throws it down hard.
They have wasted no time building this lead. They've been solid at both ends.
Yeah, they look really focused and ready, intense, together, composed. I mean, they've been hot out of the gate.
Chris Duhon, he's checked in for Gilbert Arenas.
It's obvious to me, Kevin, Tyreke Evans can be a stat sheet stuffer supreme. I mean, in his first season, he became the 4th rookie ever to average 25 and 5.
Here is Duhon. Wide open look. Salmon's no luck.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Chen, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Speaking of Tyreke Evans and all the things he can do, Steve, steals is another area, defense, where he excels.
Yeah, very quick hands, averaged just less than 2 steals per game. And then, you look at his scoring, his ability to get to the rim and attack. I mean, he is a special talent.
Boy, I tell you what, fellas, it had to be a very disappointing end to the season last year for Orlando. They got bounced out of the playoffs by the Hawks in just 6 games.
Here now, the 2K leaderboard, showing us the best passing teams in the NBA over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Kings.
The last few weeks have shown these guys that being patient with your passing can earn you some easy looks and baskets. Excellent teamwork. The more you do it, the more you're rewarded, and it becomes contagious.
The reaction was so quick. Incredible defense.
Nelson, no luck. Steve, going back to the playoffs, the Magic lost Game 1 at home. And do you think that set the tone for Orlando in this series?
I think so. I think Game 1 almost always sets the tone, and particularly when you lose the first one at home, it puts a little doubt in your mind. I think Atlanta gained a lot of confidence from that victory. Well, we'll see if that shot breaks things open a little bit. It's been a slow start.
Hopefully that gets them on the right track here, Steve.
From about 16, and Nene with the basket on the assist by Nelson. Nene's got his first basket.
Right now, it's all working for him here in the first. The shots have been falling.
Yeah, their offense has been very impressive. If they keep this up, Clark, they're going to be tough to beat. As soon as they made that steal, it was off and running.
Yep, and they acted on it, partner. That's an easy 2 points off the pilfer.
We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Here's Chen, and another 3 for Sacramento.
That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Just making it look easy out there the way they're running.
Out of bounds, and they'll keep possession. As we grind through the season, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. Long way to go still in the season, but even so, they've got the top spot. And, of course, the Magic right on their heels.
Checking out Orlando, they've caught a lot of folks off guard. I mean, they've made a big-time leap forward.
Yeah, they sure have. They've made great strides since last season. And give them credit. I mean, they've worked hard. They've earned this. And I think they've done it through a really aggressive team play. They've been selfless in their approach. And they've worked. I mean, they have worked really hard to get to this point.
Arenas setting up teammates. What a great pass.
Lifts up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
DeMarcus Cousins, on talent alone, Kevin, I mean, he might have gone number 1 in last year's draft. He's skilled, he's big, he's strong, good feet. But there were legitimate concerns about his maturity. That's why he slipped to number 5.
Chris Duhon, he's checked in for the Magic. Well, Clark, talking about the questions on DeMarcus Cousins' maturity, Steve, those were borne out somewhat last season.
Yeah, we heard a lot of stories about Cousins coming out of Sacramento. That he butted heads with both teammates and coaches. They fined him several times, benched him, even threw him out of practice. So for DeMarcus, it's all about maturity. Clark is right. I mean, he's got the talent, but can he grow and develop into an impact player and a leader in that locker room? I like the way he attacked the mismatch, using his speed to get that shot off.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, sometimes it forces you to be a bit more creative in that situation. You know, guys, the biggest story with the Kings actually happened in the offseason. Many thought they would move down south, but found a way to stay in Sacramento, at least temporarily.
Clark, and what a big victory for the city of Sacramento, who just love their Kings.
Yeah.
The attendance has been down a little bit, Steve, but, you know, that could build up. We got a couple nice young players on that ball club, and maybe there's better times ahead.
Well, you hope so, because this is one of the great fan.
And he jams that one through. Let's check it again on the Sprite Slam Cam.
Tell you what, they just cannot miss out there.
And the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they've been powerless to slow them down. No effect at all.
Well, when the Magic first came into the NBA in 1989, they had some difficult years, as you would expect from an expansion team. But they've had a lot of success over the years with guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard, and they've built a really good, strong culture over the past decade.
He's got 39. The open look. Hits it off the backboard. Boykins has got 5. You're right, Steve. Orlando has built an identity with that, and Clark, I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, they've had a pair of extremely talented centers in their short tenure as a franchise and have done a good job building around those centers. We're thinking of, obviously, Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard currently, though they've yet to be able to get a title out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2-on-1. Moving it up. Duhan with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Pushes up. And here are the Kings now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and it's just the first of 2 meetings between these two teams, so they really don't know each other that well.
Another steal. 43 points in the game. Defended by Turkoglu. Here's Chen, and another 3 for Sacramento.
Just outstanding. I mean, basket after basket, perfection.
This guy is absolutely unconscious. He can't miss, Clark.
And here comes the break. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Kevin, his scoring ability is valuable, really valuable. I mean, he's a guy you can rely on to knock down shots.
And they're on the break. Fades away. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And the long ball really falling for them early.
And they're